Hi friends, welcome to free CCNA Packet Tracer Labs for Beginners. In this video, we are going to configure router on a stick Inter VLAN routing. Before coming to this lab, friends, if you wish to get this type of technical videos, consider subscribing. And also don't forget to enable the bell icon so that you will not miss any future videos. And also, if you wish to get any technical support, you can contact our team. Details are given in the description below. Here is our CISCO packet tracer, and we are using the latest version of packet tracer. First of all, we will design the topology. We needed one router. We will choose a 4331 router. R1. Then one switch 2960 series. S1. End devices. We will add 4 PCs. We will rename these PCs. ITPC1. This is ITPC2. HRPC1 and HRPC2. Connect all these devices. Coming to connections, we will choose copper straight through. From R1, gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1 to S1, gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Then ITPC1, FA 0/1, ITPC2, FA 0/2. Then HRPC1, FA 0/7, HRPC2, FA 0/8. Before coming to the configuration, we will update VLAN table, network table, and addressing table. So here we can see our VLAN table. So we have VLAN 2, VLAN 3, VLAN 15, VLAN 20, and VLAN 21. So VLAN 2, this is IT. VLAN 3 is HR. VLAN 15 is for management. VLAN 20 is a native, and VLAN 21 is unused. Now coming to the device or port number. Here VLAN ID S1 FA 0/1-6. Then VLAN ID 3 on S1 FA 0/7 till 12 will assign to this VLAN ID 3. Then we have management, then we have native. So here in native G0/1, we must change its mode to trunk, and we have to change its native VLAN to VLAN 20. Then unused ports. All other ports will assign to unused ports. S1 FA 0/13 because we used till 12. 13-24, also G0/2. Now we will update this network table. We have these VLANs, VLAN 2, VLAN 3 and VLAN 15 for the management purpose. So here for VLAN ID we will use the network 192.168.2.0. Then first usable IP address 192.168.2.1. Last usable IP address 192.168.2.254. Then broadcast address. Subnet to mask. Prefix /24. In the same way, we will update for VLAN 3 and VLAN 15. So here we will use network address 3.0. Then first usable IP address, last usable IP address, broadcast address, subnet to mask, and prefix length. Coming to VLAN ID 15, 15.0, 15.1, 15.254, broadcast, subnet to mask, and prefix length. Now we will update our addressing table so that configuration will be more easier. Here we can see we have these devices, router R1, then a switch S1, 4 end devices. Here we can see those devices. We will create a sub interface for all the VLANs, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, and VLAN 15. Also, we have to configure the sub interface for native VLAN. So we have interfaces G 0/0/1.2, 1.3, 1.15, and 1.20. So here we will use the first usable IP address, VLAN ID 2, it's here. Then subnet to mask, default gateway is not applicable here. Then description, default gateway for VLAN 2, that is IT. Next is subinterface for VLAN 3. We will use the first usable IP address 3.1. So here we can see that VLAN ID 3, 192.168.3.0, and we use the first usable IP address. Then subnet to mask, default gateway is not applicable. Then description, this is for VLAN 3, that is HR. Next is subinterface for VLAN 15, that is management. 15.1, subnet to mask, default gateway is not applicable. And this is a default gateway for VLAN 15, that is management. Here we can see the subinterface G0/0/1.20, and here we are not going to set any IP address. No IP address, and this is a native encapsulation.1q. Next is S1 and interface. We will set IP address for the interface VLAN 15, which is for the management purpose. Here we will use the last usable IP address 15.254. Then subnet mask default gateway. So here we can see the sub interface we created, default gateway for VLAN 15, that is management. Here is the default gateway. SBI for this switch, management. We will plan IP address for all these entity devices: IT PC1 PC2, HR PC1 PC2, and here we can see IT PC1 PC2, so they are in VLAN 2, and we can see it's a network address, it's a 2.0 NIC, and here we will use 2.10 default gateway for VLAN 2 IT. Connected to S1 FA0/1. Then ITPC2, we will use the next usable IP address 2.11, subnet mask default gateway, and this is connected to FA0/2. Next is HR-PC1, that is VLAN 3. Here we can see it's a default gateway for VLAN 3. We will use 3.10, then default gateway. It's connected to FA0/7. Then PC2, HRPC2, we will use the next usable IP address 3.11, then subnet mask default gateway, and this is connected to S1 FA0/8. Perfect. So we are ready with our VLAN table, network table, and addressing table. Now it's easy to configure these devices. We are back to our packet tracer. So first of all, we will configure S1. We will create the VLANs, then we will assign ports to the VLANs, then we will create the trunk and the other configurations. So coming to S1, we will go to CLI, enable, configure terminal, in short conft. We will set the host name S1. Now we will create the VLANs. VLAN 2, its name is IT. VLAN 3, its name is HR. VLAN 15, name is management. VLAN 20, name is native. VLAN 21, name is unused. Now we will assign ports to its respective VLANs. We will go to interface as a range FA0/1-6, switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 2. Then interface as a range FA0/7 till 12. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 3. We will configure the trunk interface G0/1, switch port mode trunk, switch port no negotiate. Here we disable DTP. Also we can configure the native VLAN, switch port trunk native VLAN 20, switch port trunk allowed VLAN 2, 3, 15, 20. Now we will secure all the unused ports. We'll go to interface as a range FA0/13 till 24. Also we have a G0/2. So these ports are not used. We will give a description. Unused ports, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 21. Then we will shut down all these ports. Shut down. We will verify the configuration. End show VLAN brief. And here we can see the VLANs we created. VLAN 2 IT, VLAN 3 HR, VLAN 15 management, VLAN 20 native, and VLAN 21 unused. And here we can see we assigned these ports FA0/1 till 6 to VLAN 2. Then from FA0/7 till FA0/12 to VLAN 3. Then all the unused ports we assigned to VLAN 21. Now we will configure IP address for this switch S1. Configure terminal. We will go to interface VLAN 15. This VLAN is for the management purpose. We will set the IP address 192.168.15.254. Then submit to mask. Exit, and we can set the default gateway. IP default gateway 192.168.15.1. Exit, copy, run space, start, press enter again. We will assign IP address to all these PCs. Coming to IT-PC1. IP address 192.168.2.10. Then submit to mask. Just I will copy this IPv4 address because we have to update here in IT-PC2. Desktop IP configuration. Here we will use 2.11. Then HRPC1. .10. Then in HRPC2 3.11. We can see this PC is in VLAN 2, ITPC2 also in VLAN 2, HRPC1 is in VLAN 3, HRPC2 is in VLAN 3. Here, the same segments or the same VLANs are ready to communicate each other. That means ITPC1 will communicate to IT-PC2, then HR-PC1 will communicate to HR-PC2. But IT will not communicate to HR. So for that, we have to configure router on a stick inter VLAN routing. So we can test it. We'll go to PC1 and ping to ITPC2. Ping 192.168.2.11. Here we get the replies. We can try to ping to HR 3.10, and here we can see we are not getting the replies. It gives a request timed out. Also we can ping from HR PC1 to HR PC2. 192.168.3.11. So here we get the replies. Now we are going to configure the router R1 with the sub interfaces for each VLAN. So coming to R1, CLI, no, enable configure terminal. We will set the host name as R1. Then we'll go to interface G0/0/1.2. Encapsulation .1q. This is for VLAN 2, so we have to give the ID 2. Then set the IP address 192.168.2.1 with the to mask. Now we'll go to interface G0/0/1.3. Encapsulation .1q 3. Interface G0/0/1.15. This is for the management purpose. 0/0/1.15. Encapsulation .1q 15. IP address 192.168.15.1 with the sub to mask. Also, we will create the sub interface for the native VLAN. Interface G0/0/1.20. Encapsulation .1q 20, and this VLAN is for native. Now we need to activate all these sub interfaces. To activate all these sub interfaces, we must activate the actual physical interface, that is gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1. We will go to the actual physical interface. Interface G0/0/1. Then give no shutdown command. Now here we can see all the sub interfaces are also activated. 1.2 state to up, G0/0/1.3 changed state to up, gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1.15, also 1.20. Just we will verify the configuration and show IP interface brief, and here we can see all the sub interfaces, and here we can see we did not set IP address for this interface, sub interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1.3. We can set that. Okay, we'll go to conft interface. Again, we have to go to that interface G0/0/1.3, and we have to give the IP address 192.168.3.1 with the sub to mask. Okay, and we can verify it. Show IP interface brief. One dot 3 and 1.15. Show running config, and here we can see interface G0/0/1 and its sub interfaces 1.2 encapsulation .1.1q VLAN ID 2, 1.3, 1.15 and 1.20 as native. Now all these devices are ready to communicate each other? Not yet, because we have to configure the default gateway. Here we assigned only IP before address and sum to mask. Here we are going to assign the default gateway. So this is IT-PC1. Default gateway is 192.168.2.1. Then in IT-PC2, default gateway. Then in HR-PC1, VLAN 3, here is the default gateway 3.1, and HR-PC2 3.1. Perfect. Finally, we will test the connectivity. We will go to any one of these PC. Okay, we will go to IT-PC1. We will ping to VLAN 2 default gateway 192.168.2.1. We can ping to HR-PC1 192.168.3. Before that, we will ping to its default gateway VLAN 3 default gateway, that is 3.1, and here we can see we get the replies. Now we will ping to HR-PC1, that is 3.10. We may get one request timed out due to convergence delay, and we can see we get the replies. Once more we will try it. It's working. Then we will ping to HR-PC2, that is 3.11. One request timed out, and it's working. Perfect. Finally, we will ping to the switch. Ping 192.168.15.254. Even before that, we can ping to its default gateway, that is 15.1. It's working. Then we will ping to the switch 15.254. Here we may get one or two request timed out. Okay, here we get the replies. Received to 50% loss. Once more we will try. It's working. 0% loss. Okay. In this video, we have seen a router on a stick Inter VLAN routing. Now, dear friends, if you get any doubt or any suggestions regarding this activity, please comment below, or even you can contact us directly. All the details given in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our channel. Stay tuned. We will meet again with the next video. Thank you.